2, 1. And we're back! Welcome back, boys. We back. It's the 2022 season is literally around the corner. The first 2 rounds of the draft have actually already been completed. I'm sure you heard by now. We're gonna run through the first 2 rounds pretty quickly, just to give you an idea.
Before we start, we live in different states. Yes, I'm in Brooklyn a lot, but it ain't easy for us to get together.
Well, we're here.
So we're making it happen.
It's happening now, and really, the base of this show is usually we do it before every draft. We go through the rookies, because a lot of the rookies like to hear their own names, obviously. But a lot of the captains, they ask us a million questions. Who's this guy? What's he all about? And we always say, wait for the rookie report.
So this time around, we did help out a little bit earlier because we're a little bit late in the game. But there's still some names we didn't talk about yet. And again, let's run through. We did on Instagram. We showed.
Let's just do it quickly.
Who ended up with
first overall pick quickly. Hank Dweck had the opportunity to pick anybody of his liking. He opted to pass on Joe Greenberg, passed on Joseph Ferrari, passed on Maxi Deed, and he went with someone that fit his mold more of his type of guy. You can't really fault him because this player, at the end of the day, is a superstar. He took JoJo Saruya.
And he wins in our league.
Right. And he's a shortstop.
Shortstop, right. Shortstop. There are shortstops, but there's not as many elite shortstops in this draft.
And we're not going to actually go in order of the draft. We're just going to say each team what they picked. So Hank only had 1 pick because he ended up trading out of his second pick to Ray Estes. We'll see what he did with that a little later. But second on the draft board.
There has been a lot of Hank is slotted at 28, so Hank's going to get 2 picks before he goes now still, even after that trade. But that's what it is. So let's see what he's going to do at 15 next. But right now it's Hank at first, JoJo at short.
Hank's team name is the Baby Bombers. Number 2 on this grid is Al Sitt, rookie captain.
I like how he started.
And he did a really nice job. Well, he was dancing that he got Joe Greenberg at number 2. And on the wraparound, he ended up getting Eddie Rushdie, one of the rookies we're going to be talking about.
It's a 40-year-old, maybe 42-year-old rookie. But
rookie nonetheless, exactly.
Right, and we'll talk about it.
Then fast forward to the next team.
Joe Greenberg and Eddie Rushdie did win together.
Yeah, the Walkers.
Just a couple of years ago in the YMSL. So they have a connection.
And they actually beat Al Sitt, which is on your team, right? In the World Series.
That's right.
There you go. Then we have, and the name of their team is called Diamond in the Rough. That is the Joe Greenberg, Eddie Rushdie, Al Sitt squad.
I can show you the word.
Exactly. And then the next team, going for the three-peat, you have Sammy Estes, Teddy Ishak. Name of their team this year is We the People. And very nice start. They brought back 2 familiar faces from last year's championship team. Aside from obviously T.I. and Sammy Estes covering the left side.
Joseph Ferrari.
Joe S in center.
Right. Last year they got Joe S in via trade. They traded up to get that pick.
Right.
And now they took Saul Cohen a little earlier this year, the way things shaked out. Now, 2 great players, but last year there was a JoJo Saruya heading that whole thing. Joseph Ferrari can.
Listen, every year their challenge gets a little more difficult as they keep on winning. And this year is no different, but they always try to recreate the recipe. So, and you know what? You can't argue with the results back-to-back years.
Joseph Ferrari is a winner in our league, and so is Saul Cohen.
Even though last year they almost didn't make the playoffs and they had a magic carpet run.
They were 2-6.
That's right. Then the following team after that is, you said Joseph Ferrari, but what would Joseph Ferrari be mentioned without saying?
Stephen J.
Gindy.
If they're not going to be on the same team, at least let them be close in the
100%. And this to me was the biggest head scratcher pick, not in a bad way. Just I never saw Stephen Gindy as a guy that would be drafting offense with his first pick. He took Jimmy Malach.
So in defense to that, it is offense. Jimmy Malach is probably top 5 bat.
No one's doubting his prowess offensively, but just it's not a Steven guy.
Right. That's what I'll say. Because Jimmy is better defensively at second base than more people give him credit for. He holds down second base. You give him the position, he will do it.
I'll tell you one thing. Steven is a completely this type of player, and Jimmy's a completely different type of player.
So that's going to be interesting.
So let's see something's got to give over here.
Are they going to butt heads, or is Steven just going to do what I do with some guys that I draft?
Steven played with Jimmy for years and years ago, for many years.
Steven and Jimmy actually won in a tournament together, I believe, one of the Michael Fowles tournaments, and there was some controversy there, and they ended up winning the whole thing together. So
you know what? Maybe they're trying to recreate that. Let's see.
You never know.
But it looks like Steven.
But those two in back-to-back in a lineup.
Listen, I'll tell you one thing. Also,
500
Steven in the Brooklyn League this year actually is going after that power stroke.
Really?
A lot of offense, home runs, doubles, triples, and he even told me as much. I'm sacrificing me getting on base and walking and spoiling it, and I'm swinging for power again. Wow. And guess what? The numbers are there. But also,
that might save us 30 minutes the nights of his games.
Oh my goodness! I don't think anything will ever save us those times. The balls, minutes, everything. But one thing about Steven also, before we go to the next team, is Steven's type of MO recently has been more of like a boring, flat type of team.
Well, Jimmy's anything
exactly. So I think he just went away from that because the foam rollers, Night King, these types of teams all have the same, just blah. So he went a different direction.
Competed and had a shot
for sure.
Very like white
spin drift. He did lose in the World Series. So
game away.
Right, exactly.
Won that away.
Next team, very exciting team, is a rookie captain, Michael Cohen, which the second we changed the rules that he could pick anyone he wanted and he's not restricted to just pitch, he took the opportunity to take his brother.
It's so funny how Michael in his little interview goes, well, you changed the rule, so now that's what, if you really wanted to pitch, whether we changed the rule or not.
It shouldn't have made a difference.
It shouldn't have, you would have pitched. Bottom line is, you took your brother, great pitcher, and I love the pick because I think
now you're up the middle,
a better center fielder.
Listen, you have arguably the best center fielder in the league and arguably the best pitcher in the league on the same team.
You did the right thing, but don't make it like we made you make that pick.
It's okay. That's the way Michael operates.
It's funny.
Then, as we mentioned before, Ray Esses made a pretty significant
so
trade.
Michael's team's name is Mamlechet Kohanim. What was it?
No, All In.
All In. Okay.
All In. And the picture of on their jersey is two hands pushing in the chips and his World Series rings. Pretty cool. They're all in. Big poker reference because MC's degenerate. That's why.
Okay.
Next, we spoke about before, Ray Esses made a pretty impactful trade with Aharon Dweck, and we see what it turned into. I mean, I like what I see on paper here to start.
So Ray Esses' motto, he'll maybe tell you, it's not true, but I think he comes from the same mold of he usually doesn't go after a pitcher early. He usually doesn't have that draft mentality.
But this year it fell that Max Yedid, the ace of the draft.
You cannot take him there.
At number 6, what is he going to do?
We thought he was going to be 1 or 2.
Right.
And he landed the 6. So
and you know what? And it didn't hurt him because his teammate in the spring on your team, Gabe Abadie, going to be playing shortstop. And then he took David Buka Cohen for center field.
So Ray Esses slotted late, built, as everybody usually likes to say, up the middle.
Right. Shortstop, center field, starting pitcher.
Is all set. So now his draft is almost great.
And by the way, Maxie D did win the World Series on high cheese with Buka. So they have some recreated magic there as well.
Right. And then Max and Gabe played together. I'm sure they have. I don't remember when, but
I mean they played together in a tournament that we beat them in. So.
That's true.
But they probably for sure played together in the years past. And then finally to round it out, the 7th team, Michael Sabon Solomon, to much chagrin about what they say about his slot it's okay. I think it still belongs there. With number 7 went with Old Reliable, took Ali Marshall, the Hall of Famer, and then the surprise pick he took.
Yeah, so he didn't take Jimmy Malach, he didn't take the Gabe Abadie, he went with the Lakewood vibe and the Hasidish Yankee Gutman. So now, hey, I like the pick.
We all know Gutman has a bat like no other.
We know Ali and Jimmy, and Sabon, I'm sorry. Michael Solomon loves taking bats, and you know Yankee's his type of bat. The guy can hit a ball country mile.
And guess what? He brings to the team a lot of positive energy.
Yes,
and that's going to help in Ali's Sabon team.
And I did hear that Sabon made a phone call before the pick and just made sure that his wife was going to be there most of the games as well. So they have the number 1 cheerleader in
Let's go Yankees! Now, that wraps up the first 2 rounds. The balance of the draft is going to take place
Sunday night.
This Sunday night poolside draft at the home of future Hall of Famer Ike Mavor.
Let's say thank you to Ike.
Weather permitting.
Weather permitting. We do have another location for our Brookside. But Ike Mavor graciously has given us his home to conduct the draft, and we're looking forward.
Yes,
Sunday night's going to be a lot of fun. I'm envisioning some table turning.
It's going to be one of those type of nights.
Yeah, I could see Teddy Isaac throwing someone in the pool, maybe.
Bro, who took my brother?
Yeah, something like that. But
so now, okay,
that's a rookie right there.
Right, we're going to get to it. Now, without further ado, we're going to go through one player at a time, and there's about 19 ball players that are considered rookies. 2 of them are somewhat veteran-ish, but we're going to go through one at a time.
Want to make
First
this a
up,
separate show or it's all
no, we're gonna go one thing.
Let's do it.
This is a pre-draft action.
Okay. 19 players. Let's do it.
First on the board is one of my predictions for, I don't know, are we going to do a separate Rookie of the Year category for the elderly people?
Oh, we'll talk about that.
I'll tell you why. This guy over here, Mark Richter, is no rookie. He's 31 years old, been playing in our leagues for a long time in Brooklyn, played in YMSL years ago. He's been around, but even till today, like for example, this past year in Brooklyn, he's a Gold Glove shoo-in no matter what at first base. He's that good defensively, and he's always top 3 in every offensive category.
He had one off year, I recall,
on Ray's team on Cobra Kai.
Right, so he had one off year. Otherwise, he's a machine.
Last year was back to MVP for him. This year again, he's in the mix. He's always.
I think his off year is the year he got married.
Could be. Could be.
So I think maybe he was a little
I
distracted.
know Mark is all in. I see him every Shabbat. I see him every Sunday. He's the most dedicated guy there is to a team. Great teammate, great player, lefty stroke back.
Quiet guy.
Quiet, but he's a quiet leader. He's one of those types. And everyone respects him. Very excited to have Mark in the league.
He's a guy who should be like top 3-4 round in my mind if you're saying the way he is.
100%.
I've seen him a lot, but not in recent years.
So I've seen him every year for the last 5 years.
My biggest memory of him is he got a huge hit against us in a tournament to start the down, whatever, we lost that game.
What year was that?
I don't know, I just remember it was like 6 years ago.
So he's 31 now, he must have been 25 years old then. So either way, next player, you're up.
Okay, so moving on, Eddie Rushdie. Wow, so Eddie Rushdie.
And he's 43.
He's 43?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's registering, you get your numbers in. So he's a year older than me. I always thought at the same age. 43-year-old Eddie Rushdie is money at second base. He's been playing shortstop for years, but I know last couple of years, YMSL, he went to second. I think he's cozy at second. I'm sure he could do it at short, but as we get older, our arms aren't the same. But Eddie's a machine at the plate.
And he's in great shape.
He's always in good shape. I mean, there was one year maybe it wasn't so much, and then I saw him last year. The guy he's in great shape. He's still fast. He finds his way on, and I happen to think that our field is beneficial to the way he hits. It's a big infield. It's a fast-moving infield at times.
Yeah,
and
he's a guy that could potentially bat a 600.
He really could.
I know.
If Eddie, and I was thinking about it. You know, some people say at night people have a harder time. This isn't Eddie's first go-around that night. It's first go-around in our night league. He's played in that league with...
Did he play in our league year 1 in 2007,
No,
8?
I don't think so. No, he did not.
Okay.
Otherwise, he wouldn't be a rookie.
That's why I'm asking.
No, he did not. But he played with Ike Mavor in that league in like Long Island. I forgot the name.
No, the Red Hook League.
The Red Hook, exactly. And I know he came with a great team there, and he played, and he was great. So I'm a believer Eddie is going to be up there, rookie of the year category. You know that shot. But is he going to be as devoted and dedicated as the other guy?
I think he will because he's with Joe Greenberg, a fellow, former teammhead, like you said before.
And he has too much pride.
Right. There's no way Eddie's going to come in and just, loaf and just half-ass. I don't think it's happening.
I hear that. But I'm excited to have him in the league. It's been years. He's been dabbling, thinking about it. Finally jumped in and excited to have you. I can't wait to see
Never too late until it's too late.
That's right.
Go ahead. Next player.
Ooh, so next player is a late addition. I just saw him the other night. Aaron Enoch.
Enoch.
He's got a heck of a name.
Enoch.
Sounds like he plays for the Oakland A's.
Enoch the ball.
Exactly.
Okay.
But Enoch could hit. He could flat out hit. He's not built like a truck, as we say.
Oh, really?
He's a skinny guy, and he's got great hand-eye coordination.
He's 27 years old.
He's not young. Exactly. He's not young. He's a real hitter. On a good team, when he plays in other leagues, he's batting 3, 4, 5 in the lineup. He's a solid hitter. Question is he going to get nuts from Sammy and I's voice behind the plate, calling a game?
Only one way to find out.
Sammy holding the camera, me doing play-by-play on the iPod, seeing our numbers, iPads, seeing our Tech-Max, seeing your numbers on the website. You start the season 0-8.
Will the media phase Enoch?
Exactly.
That's the question.
And we're going to talk about him throughout the year. We talk about everybody. So that's the question, but he's got the talent to be a top flight hitter. From what I hear, it's a short center field, second base.
So from what I heard, the accounts that I heard from Avi Dweck that played with him in Lakewood last year,
2 years in a row.
He said he 100% belongs in our league. He 100% can keep up offensively with our league. Because defensively, let's see, it might be a question mark.
Right.
So maybe you shouldn't bring Bluff to the field to be a DH.
We'll find
honestly.
out.
But let's find out. He's right. Next player is another one of your boys.
Ralph Cohen is a boy I coached. Ralph pitched for me, actually. So it's Joey Cohen, shortstop, third base, Joey Cohen. It's his brother, younger brother. He's 20 years old. He's got very good hands. Young guy.
I saw him when we had M&S Minors. I saw him for a few. He pitched on the Cardinals, actually.
Did he? Yeah, he did. Actually did. Yeah. So he's excited to be in the league. He's a diehard for the league. He's been wanting to be in for a couple of years. Excited to get him in. I hope he finds a good spot, and he could swing the bat. He could swing the bat some. He's got hidden pot. He's like a toy cannon.
I'll tell you one thing about him. He comes from good stock.
That's for sure.
His uncles are Hank Towell and Jack and Ezra. We know they're athletes. His brother's Joey.
Right.
So he can't suck.
He's not going to go early in this draft, but he might be a nice find.
Okay, let's move on to the next.
He's all you now.
Okay, so Tommy Ishak. I mean, I actually never saw him play. I know you saw him in the tournament, but I'll tell you one thing I know about Tommy. Tommy, can you hear me? Teddy actually mentioned to me that he's going to Kevin, the hitting coach, 3 times a week.
Tommy's going?
Tommy.
No.
Going to Kevin 3 times a week for the last 3 weeks, and he's getting in serious shape. So now, I'm going to start trying to shape a narrative here.
How old is Tommy?
Tommy is 50.
Wow.
So he ain't no young spring chicken. However, Tommy is seeing that his brother Teddy is getting all the accolades, all of the fanfare.
I think that's what he
he's
wants.
He's going to come in and infiltrate and try to steal the thunder from Teddy. And I heard he's a great guy. I can't wait to get to know him. I don't know. Some say that having 2 Ishaks in one draft is dangerous.
Too much?
I think it's going to be great. I'm excited for another Ishak in my life.
I saw him once in my life, and I saw him from my peripheral vision, and I thought it was Teddy.
Bro, it was him. He actually came to the field a few times last year to watch Teddy. Yeah.
So I'm excited to have him in the league as well. He's going to be a fun personality. We're definitely going to utilize him.
Exactly.
And I hope he hits.
Next one is all yours, and this is an exciting player.
Okay, this is probably the most talked about rookie in the class.
Definitely the hype rookie. There's a few more coming up I'll explain, but...
Yeah, he's 24, recently married, maybe a year or two ago, but he's 24. He's in game shape. He's a good quarterback. He can move. He's a big boy. He's got a big butt, too, in a good way. He's got pop. It's Uri Adler.
Uri Adler
has been playing in Lakewood as well. I've seen him a few times. He can hit the ball hard. Now, you mentioned Avi Dweck talking about it. Ellie Siegel, who's been a player in our league. A couple of Yossi Abramson, players in our league. These are guys that I've been seeing our league for years now.
And they all are on the level. But you know what? The difference between our league and any other league when it comes to, like, if you're comparing Lakewood, like you said, the scrutiny, the attention, people could melt. The Vic Baumels of the world melted under the spotlight.
So
however, Nachman Yakubovich did not.
Correct.
So which one is he? Are we getting more Nachman, or are we getting, or Gutman even as a success story?
Right. Gutman's a success story.
Yeah, Gutman really came from Brooklyn. He played in the Brooklyn League and he moved to Lakewood.
So we knew already. Okay.
I don't count that.
So Uri's very excited to play. And I know he's been crash coursing in our videos.
And he's very, very confident.
Yes, he's an uber confident player. Third base is his position. He could even play short, he mentioned, but his cozy home's at third. Now, the question for me is defensively. I think he's going to hold down third well. But when Michael Sabon Solomon or Ali Marshall or...
catch the ball!
Yes, scream at you when there's one ball that you will lay, and then there's another 2 hopper, and you start thinking, you know what you're supposed to do, but when you have your own teammate saying, come on, Uri, what's going on? Go to the pharmacy, Adler, something like that, you might
get me a salad from Maury's. One of those. So I agree.
That's the question.
And he's not a veteran. He's 24. He is the young type of rookie.
He's still young. Now, he's excited. I think he's going early in this draft, and I think he should. But there is
I think he goes within the next round or so, from how people are talking.
Maybe so.
And I asked an unnamed source, compare him to Butchie Cohen, and the answer is he's head and heels above Butchie Cohen.
Wow.
And Butchie's batting a 550 every year in our league.
Right, so now that's a big thing. Now, Butchie is over his age, right? Butchie's 30.
Butchie's 35.
35, so he's not a young man.
Maybe even 36.
11 years, 12 years younger, gives him a big edge. And I know for a fact this kid could hit.
Right.
So that's
I'm excited to see this kid. I really am. Next player, 17-year-old young rookie, one of the younger players in the league, is Jack Barnathan.
Eddie Michon's nephew.
That's true. Good fun fact. Jack Barnathan actually played in the tournament, in the CARE tournament in the summer.
He was great with his glove.
And he's been playing in the Brooklyn League this year. And the same exact scouting report that we got from before still applies till now.
Okay.
He's got a really, really smooth, slick glove. He can play shortstop. He really, really can.
He has the confidence to do it.
Confidence. He's got swag. The kid is very small, though. He's a very short, petite guy, but he really could cover the position. Offensively, he needs to grow into his body.
Small like Avi Dweck small?
No, like smaller. He's a really small.
Levy small?
No, he's like petite. He's like 5'3", 5'4".
He's a little guy.
And a little guy, but he's smooth. He's butter at shortstop. He's got the right fluid movement. But I don't see him being much of a hitter this year. Maybe he'll learn to slap the ball and get on base the way he's supposed to.
I'm assuming he has speed.
He's definitely has quick.
Does he have a good arm?
Yeah, great arm.
Okay, because he's a little guy.
He's Ray Ordonez. That's what he is. Okay. So he's a really good defender. He's young. I think he's gonna have. If he gets a spot this year playing second base, short center field, and maybe a shortstop spot, he won't mess up.
I'm envisioning short center field to be a great spot because it's like
maybe even third base for him.
Third base because he's got good hands.
Right. Yeah. Next, let's move on to the next player. Not young. He's 22 years old, but
you like this guy. I never saw him before.
So we're gonna go right now. There's two catchers we're gonna talk about back to back. The first one is Danny Shabbat. Danny Shabbat plays on the Morty Shrem teams, literally in every league that he's captain in.
Part of that
crew. He's got a lot of power. He's built like a truck. Let's use it over here. We're going to use the first time today. He's like over 6 foot, very wide.
Is he a gym guy or a little
No, thick, very thick. Okay. However, he's a good catcher. He's not a lebcha catcher that's not going to scoop the ball. And when he gets at the plate, you could bat him 4 type of guy.
Really?
I know we're not going to bat him 4 in this league right now this year, but that's his potential in this league. He could be a 4 hitter. He hits the ball a country mile. He's one of those types. There's some holes in his swing, but he's not a guy that you're going to be getting into 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th round and be like, I have a bad catcher. Not the case.
The question mark on him is he going to need a major adjusting period
I don't think
against
so.
our pitchers?
I think he knows a lot of the pitchers. He faces Sackett in the Tahina League. He faces Edmund Beta in the Tahina League. He faces Eddie Harari in the Tahina League. He knows the guys.
So it's Maxie getting Joey
Cohen. Maybe there's one, and maybe he might end up on one of those teams. You have no idea.
Okay.
So I think he'll actually have a pretty solid offensive year.
Nice.
Let's move on to kind of the polar opposite of a catcher. But to me, he's already has a leg up to win Gold Glove.
To me, this guy, the reason I love about him, he's a captain's dream.
Yeah, he is.
Okay?
He likes to hit, but he won't be upset if you tell him, listen, you're only going to get 1 at bat this week. He's going to make 3 to 4 diving attempts behind the plate at catcher.
On your highlights, MSB, every season he has
always
a bunch.
And the pitcher does not have to cover the plate. He covers the plate.
Pitcher should not cover the plate.
He actually backs up first base on throws from third. One of those guys. We're talking about Albert Mastery. He's been always thinking about joining. I always push him to join. He's not young. He's 33 years old. But he is a pro catcher. I'm actually really excited to have him in the league this year.
Right. No, it's a lot of fun. We did something this year. We mentioned it earlier. There's 7 catchers, and they're going to be on each team.
Yep.
And we take pride that we got 7 guys that want to catch and could catch. I think it'll save time, too.
Me too.
We're going to have catchers stopping the ball, throwing it back to the pitcher.
Every catcher is capable.
Yes.
Offensively and defensively.
Great.
Next player on the board, I believe he is the 2nd to youngest player in the league. I believe your son is the youngest. We'll get to that soon. But Soli Esses. So now, Soli Esses, although we call him Soli the Kid.
I confused Soli Esses and Barnathan before. I thought they were the same guy.
No, not at all. No, not even close.
So now I know
Soli Esses actually has length to him. He's 16 years old. He's extremely young, and although he's only playing in the Brooklyn League, this is his second year.
My memory last year is we didn't want to put him in the Brooklyn League,
but
I think Chaz convinced us to,
and he proved to go all wrong. Yes, and he was on Super Smash Bros last year. Actually helped that team go to the playoffs as a 15-year-old kid. A year later, he grew into his body a little more. He has so much potential, and I'm going to say this statement right now, and you're going to save this videotape. In 3 years from now, if he's not a top 2-round player,
wow,
I'll be shocked.
That's saying a lot.
Stings the ball, gets after it in the outfield.
He's like a JT coming in at
I'll tell you what it is.
Like that.
He's a hardball player. So any hardball player already has that little bit of a leg up when it comes to, compared to the softball guys.
I like it.
And he's one of those kids that he'll be around, obviously, hopefully no injuries in his career.
Shalom.
Forever. He's a diehard. He's at the field early, leaves the field late. He's, asked if he could sub whenever he's not playing.
This is a player I can't wait to see.
Yeah, and I know a few of the captains have worked him out over the last few nights, and he opened eyes already. And very, very excited about Soliesis.
All right, I can't wait to see him, and it sounds like he gets a much higher grade than I thought he should.
Yes, and listen, he put himself as a center fielder, but I think he belongs really in left field in year one, and I think he'll get the job done. And even in right field, even though it's a tough field by our field in right field.
Right field is the black hole. I say it all the time.
Next up is yours.
Now, Joe Shalom, interesting one. Joe Shalom's father was a lifer till about 8 years ago. He was playing every year. Richie was a good friend of ours, great player, played all positions. Joe looks like his dad. He's 6'1". I'll be honest with you. I had higher aspirations a month and a half ago, and now recently You're
wavering.
Yeah, I wavered a little bit. He could be good, but I think he might be a little raw. Now, Joe is 18 years old. He's not 16. He's very crazy. He's uber confident. He could play the outfield. He was dabbling in pitching in our minors league also, right?
Yeah.
But
strike thrower.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. I'm concerned at the plate against these pitchers. Now, he's in great shape. He's quick. If he's putting in the work, he could be good. That's the question.
So hopefully he watches this, takes the hint, goes to the cages, calls Kevin or whatever it may be,
right,
and then he'll be game ready. So
because he has the ability, he has the tools, but
where do you project him defensively in the field?
He could play the outfield. He definitely can. He could play right field. He could play left field even. He's got good hands, but he might be the fourth outfielder, depending where he goes in the draft, obviously. He's an athletic kid. I don't want anybody to get that wrong. He's skinny, he's fast, and he's got the tools. Just, there's something about it that I'm not sure about.
So the next player that we're going to talk about, I was also not sure how to rank him. He's 19 years old. He definitely can play left field and play it well. That's Albert Cohen. So Albert Cohen, you saw him in the minors.
Right, 3 years ago.
3 years ago, and he was a big boy then.
Yeah.
He kept on growing. He's still,
he's
a big kid. He's wide. He's strong.
What do you guys eat?
He's been playing extremely well in the Brooklyn League as well. He has power. He can track a fly ball, and he's not going to be a star, but he'll be a really, really good role player for a team.
Would you say he's a younger version of a Sam Loudon? Is that a good comp?
It's actually a great comp. He might be a Sam Loudon. Yeah, that's not a bad thing.
Is mid-30s, still a good player.
Listen, you get Sam Loudon, you're happy with him, you're putting him in the field in the spot.
He's young, so he's a rookie.
But I think he has Sam Loudon actually has power. I think and you know what? Maybe it's a great comp offensively also. Very good comp. I like that. Albert Cohen, I think he's going to make an impact this year. I do.
Good. I like that.
Next up is yours.
The next name is an interesting one because I haven't seen him in quite some time. He's 20. He's been wanting to be in our league for a couple of years.
But I have something to add about what you're going to say.
Okay. Zach Citron. He has a younger brother that was dying to be in the league this year, and we didn't let him in because he's leaving a little early to Israel with Sammy Saruya and the people, Yehuda Fallis.
Anyone that was leaving early, we said get out.
We said Kish, they're not going to be in. But Zach is back. He's here. He's actually in YU. Joey Cohen, the shortstop Joey, tells me, I know Zach, and he said he looks good. He looks great. They're all athletes. These Citrons, they're good. Their father was very good.
So, Charlie, I'll tell you something. I was talking to Joe Greenberg this morning, and he said that on the football field, he is far and away the quickest guy in the field.
No way.
I said, what are you talking about? He's like, I think Ike Horow was his quarterback, and he's like his go-to.
I didn't know that. So Zach played football in the DSN.
In DSN, and he was the fastest guy in the league, and it was known. So he for sure could track fly balls out there.
Okay, I'm convinced that if he's putting any work in, he's going to be great.
Yeah, he's got that.
Okay? He's got the swag. He's got the talent. He has the right genes.
There's enough hype around him that I think he's going to be okay.
He could be good. I just, like we've been saying, these guys, bro, you got to put into work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So a lot of these players, if they end up in the right team in the right spot, they'll be set up to succeed. Sometimes you end up in a spot where it's just not a good fit for you, and just don't get deterred.
Okay, the next one is
your nephew.
My nephew, and I'm extremely high on him more now than I was a month ago. Okay, because he's been playing. He's been swinging the bat a lot. So talking about bringing time in.
Gets him Mabruk also.
Gets him Mabruk. Wedding's going to be July 10th. So he might not even miss a game.
Well,
he might miss one game. That week of Shiva Berachot, his wedding's a Sunday night. If it works out that his team gets a bye that week, he won't miss. Otherwise, he is missing one. But he could hit. Solely Safdie could flat out
race. We saw his brother Yitzchak start coming on late last year. I know there's a brother rivalry.
That's right. So he's been playing center field in another league. And Soli will tell you I'm a better center fielder than Yitz. Not everybody will say that, and I don't even know if I would say that.
I mean, just knowing Yitz's abilities, I won't say that already until he proves me wrong.
Okay, but Soli could really hit. He's in fantastic shape.
I would project him to be a left fielder.
He's fast, for sure could be fantastic in left, great in left field, but I have him up there for Rookie of the Year, candidate.
Speaking of Rookie of the Year,
the only thing that would maybe, if you want to talk about the term, is he's getting married. And maybe, but his wife was all in. His future wife said, "I'll come to the games if I don't go to the games."
His future brother-in-law is actually mentioned before, Joe Shalom.
That's right. So there's a connection in the field. Bernie Pindek, who's a big part of our league, is another brother-in-law to be.
Nice.
So there is that. They like the league. They're involved in it, and he wants to be all in. So I have high aspirations.
You mentioned the words Rookie of the Year a few moments ago, and the next player I'm about to mention is my choice for Rookie of the Year. I've seen enough over the last 5 weeks in Brooklyn. We're talking about Leo Seton.
Wow.
I'll tell you why.
Is this Poppy's brother?
No. Leo Seton, he played on the Shabbat team in the minors.
Oh, yes, I know Leo.
That's his dad's the really tall alley.
Yes.
So Leo Seton, I'll tell you, we'll go through a few of the tools that he brings to the table. Plenty of power. He
better be on time.
Oh, he will be. He has a watch from his dad. Plenty of power. Like, really, that's covered. Really could play a really good left field.
Really?
Well, you know what?
If you throw him in center, could he get the job done?
I don't know. I've never seen it, but I saw they put him in right, they put him in left, he made a few diving plays. His arm is one of the best arms from a young kid that I've seen in quite some time.
Last year, like Lawrence Kurtz's arm stood out.
I think this kid's arm is on par, if not a little better than Kurt's accuracy.
Wow.
I saw him make a throw this past Sunday on a fly to third from deep, left center field. Pop the glove style. And I looked. I'm like, who threw that? That was crazy.
And had the gold ball. He could throw even a little further.
I'm sorry. I think he's gonna have a very, very impactful year. My player comp to him would be like a Bobby Safdie style.
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
And Sammy always tells me, look at the stats for Bobby Safdie.
Yeah.
Nobody ever gives him
no credit. Bobby Safdie is a Hall of Famer in M&S. He's in top 5 to 10 in every offensive category.
What's up the categories? And it's not like it was a few years.
Right.
It was 8 or 9 years.
Almost 10.
Yeah, it had great numbers.
And guess what? Leo Seton's here for the long haul. He's only 20 years old.
Love the youth. I love it.
This injection of youth is very exciting. Next player I'm not going to pretend to know much about is Jack Horowitz. They call him J-Ho.
We hope he's not a horror.
No, he's not, because the hockey player crew, the Abraham Habers, the Joe Greenbergs, the Steve Valinsky's, if you remember, all these hockey player guys, Juber, anyone that I ask about that know him, they always say, he's an athlete, he's going to be good. I don't know what that means,
So honestly. You know, it's funny, we had one player who subbed for us a couple years ago, and he hit great, Shama.
Yeah.
Was it Joe? I forgot which one it was. It was Robert's son. And he hit great. He had a couple of big hits. He's a hockey guy also. And he goes, yeah, I could play, but, I'm just not.
These guys, when they're into their hockey, and I can't blame them. Very exciting, a lot of fun.
This guy might be into this.
I don't know. But I'll tell you one thing about him, and we're going to loop him in. I'm going to even say him now with Isaac Cabasso. Because they came in together. They've been trying to play literally for the last 4 years. And thank God we have a waiting list to get into the league, but it was their 4th year knocking on the door. We felt bad. We just, you know what? This is the year that we're going to let you play. And I said, guys, don't disappoint, because I don't want it to be one and done. We want you to be here for a while.
So these, again, both Isaac Cabasso, we just jumped right into, is 33.
Right.
And Horowitz is 29. So they're not young rookies, but they really, to me, are considered rookies, because they were never really in heavy softball league.
Right. To me, they are rookies, because it's just like the Tim Duncan picking up a basketball for the first time when he's 19 years old. That's kind of what it is. Now, the last 2 players are yours.
Same results. Now, the last 2 players, if befitting, both want to pitch. Avi Shmueli, many of you do know Avi, especially the basketball players.
Right.
Avi's been, still is.
Former star from the Hillel Heat.
He's 35 years old.
2005, 4, I don't even know.
He's 34 years old. He's still playing basketball at a high level. He's fast. He's in good shape. He's in the gym every day. He's doing what he's got to do. He's a teacher in Hillel as well.
Really?
Yeah, very popular. They love him out there. God bless him. And he wants a chance to be on the mound. Now, I caught him.
I mean, I honestly, I love Avi. I know him literally my entire life. Went to school with him. It's going to be very tough for him to get on the mound this year.
Well, especially in this draft. that, we have 7 other pitchers and maybe even
Plus
8
more,
Ali and other guys.
And Yaakov Saruya
Right.
and also your son, you're going to get to it.
Right. So I don't know now. I will say this about Avi. I'm going to give him this as a pitcher. He won't walk anybody. He's a strike thrower. He's got some velocity and he's got a stamina. Not getting tired. And one thing he is a fierce competitor who wants to succeed at all costs. He's the type of guy who will stay on the field afterwards.
He definitely has that competitive edge to him.
He could definitely hit. I've seen him hit. He's definitely good hit. He could run, and he could play.
So that's what I'm going to ask you. If he doesn't get a spot on the mound, where is he going?
He could play good infield, and he could play very good outfield, corner outfield.
As a kid, he used to play shortstop.
Yes, so he's got good hands. I would suit him in the outfield.
I just remember we used to play against the classes. He used to play short. He was not bad.
Always a great athlete. So I welcome him to the league. It's at 34.
How about this? Camp MZ. He was on my team. I was maybe 12 years old. He was 11.
So I'll say this: 2 years ago, he was a counselor in my camp. And he played. Now again, he's playing with all the kids, but you saw it. You saw that he's got it. He's coordinated.
Right.
He's put
Now
together.
listen, he's definitely athletic. Now let's wrap it up with the last name and perfectly fitting.
Yeah, perfect. So my son, your nephew, Yitzhak Sutton. Now Yitzhak
Irwin Sutton.
Irwin Spider, Yitzhak, whatever you want to call him. I'll say this thing: he's growing by the minute. He's like a bamboo. He's huge. He's thick. He's hairy, and he can hit. Okay, before we get to his pitching, granted he's only 15, but I think he's
15
22.
going on 40.
It's true.
He has like that I am 12
exactly.
crayon birth certificate.
He's got in our varsity games. He had to bring his birth certificate because nobody believed it. But he could hit. He's got pop. He's got a lot of confidence as well, and he could pitch.
Listen, I've seen him on the mound. Last year he actually pitched on relief.
One game. He pitched one game.
And he had 3-4 innings where he was, remember, the Hole actually said,
yes,
he can't throw hard. That's not fair.
Well, exactly. They complained that he was throwing harder because he was covering for Sonny, Shalom, who wasn't there. Right. And they're like, you can't let your son throw fast. I'm like, hello, he's 14 years old.
You can't hit a 14-year-old and he doesn't deserve to be on the field.
And he pitched very well. Now, it's a year later. He's been working on it. In my backyard, there's a pitcher's mound with a net, and he's been throwing to Jackie, my other son.
Listen, I think there's a very good opportunity that he gets taken because a lot of people look at this pitcher pool, they say, he's probably on par with some of the lower end pitchers. So, let me wait. And if I get him, great. If I don't, I'll get one of the other pitchers I'll be happy with.
So I don't know. And again, I'm a little biased in a way. It is my son. But I do think he could definitely win on the mound.
I think the right scenario for him is to be a second pitcher on the team.
He's got long arms. He's got velocity. And again, he has control. He's not going to lose the plate. So now, sometimes that's not great. I was going to say about Avi also, sometimes you have to know how to throw a ball because then you could get shelled. People just hit laser beams out, all over the field. If he's in the right scenario, I even think he could go 2 games with the right surroundings.
Okay, let's see how it shakes
out. Confidence.
Well,
he's got to have.
The good thing is, time will tell, and the time is almost approaching. We are a few days away from the draft, so all this talk, it's all going to be put to bed. We're going to see the teams. We're going to have them up on the website. The games are going to be scheduled, and in no time, the season is underway.
So your Rookie of the Year vote was Leo Sen. Mine's going to be between 2.
You can't say Uri Adler and someone else. It's got to be one. One choice.
So it was between Soli Safdie and Uri Adler.
Now, let's press pause for a minute. I also could say Eddie Rushdie or Mark Richter. Those are my real picks for Rookie of the Year, but to me, they're not rookies.
Yeah, I don't want to go there. We'll discuss if there's a different award for them and stuff. We're talking about the young kids coming in.
Right, the young kids, I'm taking Seton. You know what? I wouldn't be shocked. Fine. My first place guy would be Seton. I would not be shocked, dark horse, if Soli Estes actually opens eyes and surprises.
So I'm saying Uri Adler or Soli Safdie. I'm going to give the nod to Uri Adler.
By the way, I kind of agree with your pick based on what I'm hearing, and Uri Adler might go in the next round or 2.
And the reason I'm giving Uri the nod is because he's played in more organized leagues than Soli has. Soli has played the last 2 years in some organized leagues, but Uri's been more.
Can't wait to find out how this is going to play out. Very exciting rookie class.
Always exciting.
Draft list looking special, and let's see how it shakes out.
The other thing about these drafts, just to finish, that we always like, is late rounds in our draft over the last 5-6 years.
Get better and better.
Yeah, that's what we love. It's sometimes your 5th round pick and your 9th round pick could be the same type of player.
Listen, there's different types of drafts. You have some top heavy drafts, and then there's a cliff, and then another cliff,
right?
And then you're 11th and 12th, you're like, I don't even want these guys to be on the team. This year, there's the first 2 rounds are strong, and then, like you said, from 3rd through 5th, 6th round could be a lot of the same type of ball players.
Maybe even further.
Right, and
you
then
might even get,
either way, every team is going to be really well balanced. That's one thing I can tell you.
We love that. Number 7, 8, 9 on lineup could win you a game.
Exactly.
And win it with a real confident at bat.
I'm very excited.
I really the pitcher's going to go.
The pitchers, if you're asking me, once one domino falls, they're all going to fall.
Well, 2 dominoes fell, but there's a lot
No,
more.
the next set of dominoes.
Right. So who knows? Can't wait to see for the draft Sunday night.
Sunday night.
This is the fun time of year. Opening night, no matter what, for sure, is scheduled June 20th.
June 20th.
And we may even have a matchup or 2 earlier than that. We do have the availability of the field this year.
Nice.
In June if we need it. If we can get 2 teams, even 4 teams.
Let's get as many games in as possible.
I love it to get a little earlier to buffer us with rain and all that good stuff. But can't wait. Before you know it, we're just a little more than a month away.
Yeah, I'm excited. All right, let's go. I'll see you all Sunday night by the draft.
Good luck.